Habari ma Africa, mimi ni King, nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Asante kwa kutazama Mss. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to apologize in advance because I feel like this episode is going to feel like a waste of time for some of you. And the reason that is going to be is because of the Deputy Secretary General of the MK political party, Mss Mkhize. The Queen answered the question during their press briefing in the Q&A session about Ututu Zile Zuma. What is the actions that the MK has taken against Ututu? What do they think about the statements that Ututu made? How does the Secretary General feel about it? Did they iron things out and all of those things? She took that question. I wonder why. I didn't watch the whole Q&A. I just took two questions and I'm bringing them to your attention. The second question is the Jacob Zuma. You know that the famous Dr. Kethlezi asked the question, is it true that normal members are not allowed to go and see Ubaba anymore? And the Secretary General of the MK political party, Floyd Shivambo, answered that question. So I want to take those two questions, break it down with you guys. Listen to them, especially the response from the DSG, Mss Mkhize, about Ututu Zile Zuma. And it brings us to the question, are women appointed in positions in politics because they are women and there needs to be gender diversity, gender equality, or are they appointed on merit? I'm sorry to say that, but somebody has to say it straight. Let's talk about that, Paseta, and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And we're still at the MK political party press conference that they had about appointing new leadership to each province. I also want to maybe do the press, what do you call it, the provincial address, the provincial sauna of Gauteng. I think I saw something that Upanyaza was addressing the people, and I would like to touch on that also. But also, you guys know that on the 2nd of May, we are having a gala dinner. Please go to www.paseta.co.za to make your bookings for the gala dinner. Time is moving fast. And besides the seat in the gala dinner, that is definitely going to get sold out. There's an issue of accommodation also. Kimberley is not a big city, so you would like to do your arrangements in time so that you can just send a booking and secure your room. Please go to www.paseta.co.za to get in communication with your boy King. Send us a WhatsApp. Make sure that you are talking to us, and make sure that we arrange everything in time so that there cannot be any disappointment. You want to be part of this gala dinner. Is going to be history in the making. When we look back on the timeline of Paseta, who helped us and who was there in the beginning, the gala dinner is going to be one of those events that is going to be cast in stone, in the memory stones of Paseta. So I wish that you can be there when we take the videos, when we do the presentation, so you can see firsthand what Paseta is all about. Remember, Paseta is not even a year old. We are turning a year old on the 14th, 15th of July. So we are not even a year old. You want to be part of this movement this early. You don't want that situation that is happening in MK where people are going to call you Mafikizolo. I'm just joking. So purchase your ticket, ladies and gentlemen, and we will meet on the flip side. Okay, so now the DSG of the MK political party, Mss Mkhize, addressed the question of Ututu Zile Zuma, the conduct, and if there will be any disciplinary hearing to the Queen. bafethu, mangithi brace yourself. Brace yourself for this answer. I'm not joking. And for 10 marks, I want to see what you guys are going to say this woman said. Hi Ziyakhala. Are you ready? Are you ready to hear what Usisi Mss Mkhize said? This is exactly what she said.
I would like to first respond on the question on the misconduct that was conducted. That question was asked by Mthanda Gcaba. It relates to the misconduct or ill discipline that was conducted by Duduzile Zuma. I will respond to that question, couple it with the one that had asked whether the disciplinary processes has been taken or the leadership is afraid of instituting the disciplinary processes. We held the national officials meeting last week on Wednesday, the 19th of February 2025. The national officials meeting is constituted by the national officials, which includes the Commander General, who is the president of Umkhonto weSizwe. The national officials deliberated intensively on the same matter, which went viral on media. In their deliberations, the president's wisdom and guidance was that everyone, every member that belongs under Umkhonto weSizwe should abide by the constitution of Umkhonto weSizwe, the code of conduct of Umkhonto weSizwe. Should anyone, any member of Umkhonto weSizwe transgresses, meaning that should any person behaves out of the constitution stipulations, that person should be subjected to the disciplinary processes. It is therefore my submission that we did take into cognizance the guide of the president, and we have since started to follow the stipulations of the Constitution, which guides clearly that that Section 6 of our Constitution, it clearly guides that should a member of Umkhonto weSizwe behaves or misconduct, that person should be subjected to the code of conduct of Umkhonto weSizwe. And the code of conduct clearly outlines the transgressions, and those transgressions are outlined and the implications thereof. That should you do this, the implication should be this. And it also guides that if there is any person that has ill-behaved or that has acted out of the constitution of Umkhonto weSizwe, the process to follow is that a report of the incident of misconduct or misbehavior or ill discipline, a comprehensive report which indicates that this person on this day at this time did this, and that report and the misconduct must be clearly outspelled, that this is the misconduct that that particular person has done, and that report must be submitted to the office of the Secretary General for processing and submission, process to submit to the National Prosecutor of Umkhonto weSizwe. Then the National Prosecutor of Umkhonto weSizwe processes the report as received from the Secretary General's office. So in the instance of Dudu Zile Zuma Sambudla, I would like to clearly indicate that disciplinary processes, internal disciplinary processes are in progress. That is the response in respect of the question
She's finishing.
regarding Dudu Zile.
Yeah. Okay, let's say it straight without beating around the bush. You don't have a Deputy Secretary General here. I'm trying to find good things to say about her, so let me try. It sounds like she understands the constitution of the MK. It sounds like she knows what she wants to say, but it's not coming out properly. Once you hear Umtomdala saying a lot of times, it's a person who's thinking while they are talking, and not the things that she's saying does not come naturally. So as she is talking, she's thinking. She does not want to sound brutal to Dudu. She's sensitive in how she speaks about the president advised us, provided guidance. The president is the head of the disciplinary hearing committee. The president, no man. MK, you guys don't have a deputy secretary general here who is capable of doing the work. Unfortunately, it's one of those instances, I have to say it, you ladies will forgive me, where someone is appointed because of gender, not because of merit. Not because of merit. And I hate bringing the comparison, but a lot of ladies in the ANC, when they grab Tembing Kadimeng, Sisulu, when they grab the mic, about Umama Naledi, Pando, when the Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, and Sylvia Lucas, so many in the MK. I don't even want to start with the EFF, Batubanuna Lady Chiwana and Umpile Mautwe, Varenuka, all of those people. Like when they speak, they command respect. Then you have this lady who is very careful on telling us about Section 6 of the Constitution. And if you break, no man. MK, you just wasted my 6 minutes and listen to this person. And I listened to her twice just to try and get the points that she was talking about. I will never get in my 12 minutes back. And the other 6 minutes I just spent listening to her with you guys. So because I don't have a lot of nice things to say about her, I'm not going to continue speaking about her. You guys will tell me on the comment section. I know the MK people are going to attack me, but this lady is not a fit politician to be a secretary general. Maybe she's good in recording and all of those stuff, but in terms of speaking, secondly, the question of visiting Jacob Zuma. Is people allowed to go and see Jacob Zuma face to face? The constitution was amended, of course, to keep people away from Jacob Zuma. And Floyd Shivambu answered that question, and this is what he said about going and seeing Jacob Zuma in Nkandla. Stop it.
If there's an issue that you want to raise before you reach the president, please raise that issue in the internal structures. Raise it in the caucus. If the caucus does not give you a hearing, raise it with the officials in the province where you come from. If it's not handled properly, then approach the other officials at national level. Instead of you taking a bus from Limpopo and you go to Dunus to want to meet the president about an issue which, if you had raised with the leadership of the province, it could have been resolved. And that is the character of all self-respecting organizations, that let's have Mkhonto Sizwe as an organization that exists and is able to deal with all its issues everywhere it finds itself. So the culture or subculture, sometimes it's done with good intentions, but sometimes it's also done with bad intentions, where people say, no, we're just visiting the president, we just want to say thank you to the president, we're just going to introduce ourselves. And when they are there, they are talking about internal dynamics and politics of Mkhonto Sizwe. And the leadership that they are talking about or complaining about or raising concerns about is not immediately there. And the president does not close his doors. All of us know, all of you know as members of Mkhonto Sizwe, that the president welcomes everyone who comes to him. Like literally everyone. If you go to Nkandla, you go to wherever he will be, he is open to everyone. But we are then saying that as a matter of proper record and proper conduct of the organization, if you want to raise organizational issues or issues that relate to governance, raise it in the relevant structures instead of you going to raise it there. Because one issue which we have to deal with, it's a situation where even when the comrades who go to visit the president have not raised any issue with him, they will ask for a photo with the president. And then when they go back to the ground and they go back to the legislature, they harass people with that photo. That I was with the president here, the president said, Ubaba Ute. That is what we are dealing with much more decisively, to protect the character of the organization, which is able to deal with its own issues.
Okay. Yeah, so listen, I have to agree with the Secretary General here. No self-respecting political party will allow or grant full access to its president. It doesn't happen in the ANC, doesn't happen in the EFF, it doesn't happen in the DA or any other political party for that matter, where any member can just come because they've got access to a president who we are told that President Jacob Zuma is open to everyone. People who have spoken about Jacob Zuma, who have worked with Jacob Zuma, say that he's a very friendly guy and he's got an open door policy. Looks like that is hurting him or hurting the political party, the MK political party, because now people are going to Nkandla, with a little gift, with a little smile, with a little something, going there to visit Ubaba, to introduce themselves. And then, like the Secretary General says, and then it goes to gossiping and talking about the other members of the MK political party. Even worse, taking pictures with him and then threatening other members. Hey, I wonder umuntu makasithreatena ngesithombe sakababa uthini? Uring motho a tshwere senepe mola tsena mola tshwere senepe a re botsa ka mgo yena a boletseng le mogalabe ka teng. Ai lena batho ba MK le rata dilo man. Listen, I'm the guy who wishes that MK does well. I'm the guy that wishes that the EFF does well. I'm the guy that wishes that the black people can find the strength in the unity. It's highly unlikely to happen with the MK and the EFF, but I know one day, someday, somehow, when they are facing with the opportunity to choose to defend African people, they probably will defend us, both of them. So that brings some type of closure to me, because you guys know, I'm not part of any political party, and I'm going to keep it like that because I know political regalias, religious regalias, traditional regalias divide us as African people. It's very sad to see how passionate people can hate the MK political party, how passionate people can hate the EFF and all of those things. I understand the relationships are broken, members are lost, members are moving from one party to another, but let me tell you something, when you get into your grave, it will not matter who left your political party. All we'll be doing is talking about your life, and let not your life be about, let your memories not be about you attacking people and everything, and not doing great things. I wish for every African person that they aim to impact people's lives positively. Be one of those people that is loved by multiple political parties like Uvuyo Zongula. Be one of those people that can mingle with all political parties like Ufedel Arendts of the National Colors Congress. Be one of those people who's loved by everyone, because you just have Ubuntu. And they will even respect you more in your political party space. They will just respect you. You remember how Dr. Ndlozi was defending Dr. John Klopp in Parliament. Be one of those people that even an opposition party that is not your party can stand up in your defense. Be one of those people. I'm telling you, politics, religion, traditional lines that we draw as African people divide us. We are first African before all of those other things. You are born African. You are born an African first. I've told you guys this many times, but I hope someone is listening. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.